Udah masuk semua?
Bu Nur Skuti, Bu Juni sudah masuk, Prof. Nih Bu Juni lagi di admit, Prof.
Ini kita pemilihan ya. Yang 27 ya. 7 nih. Bu Nur.
Selamat siang, Prof. Edi. Bentar ya, Prof. Tak nyari mana nih backgroundnya. Kok aku belum dapet nih. Boleh minta tolong ya Mbak Dini backgroundnya.
Ini 21 7.
21, Prof.
Masih 17.
Katanya satu mengundurkan diri lagi.
Oh, 20. Ya udah, buka dulu ya, Bu Jun.
Iya, kita buka dulu aja.
Ya. Ya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Recording in progress.
Salam warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh. Ya, seperti ini sih lebih sehat ya, Bu. Nah, terus di sini kami akan memulai ya melakukan ya proses ya untuk pitching research ya. Nah, di sini nanti akan diberikan masukan-masukan ya papernya tadi oleh Ibu Dr. Juniati Gunawan dan Ibu Dr. Nur Daskuti ya. Nah, untuk itu nanti Bapak Ibu mengikuti ya masukan tersebut ya. Terus kemudian dipakai sebagai tambahan wawasan dalam penulisan ya, penulisan pitching research, proposal dan sebagainya. Ya, clue-cluenya seperti apa gitu. Nanti dibagi dua ya, Bu Juni,
bagi dua room, iya, Prof.
Dua room ya. Nah, nanti akan dibagi dua room ya. Nanti ada yang bersama Ibu Juniati Gunawan PhD, room satunya dengan Ibu Nur Hastuti PhD ya. Mungkin saya tidak perlu berpanjang lebar ya. Pesan saya, anggap ini semua sebagai proses pembelajaran ya. Untuk kalian nanti menyusun disertasi, perlu mendapatkan wawasan-wawasan ya. Tetap semangat ya, dan tetap kerja keras ya. Dan semoga sehat dan sukses kami berikan pada Ibu Juniati Gunawan PhD untuk memberikan masukan lah ya. Monggo.
Ya, terima kasih banyak Prof. Eti, Bapak Ibu, teman-teman semuanya. Terima kasih sudah daftar dengan waktu yang sudah diperpanjang ya. Jadi mohon maaf kalau yang terlambat terpaksa kami tinggal karena nggak bisa nunggu lagi waktunya. Jadi dari 27 terus turun karena nggak datang, nggak ngasih ya, nggak submit ya, udah terpaksa kami tinggal. Oke, nanti teman-teman presentasi ya, maksimum presentasi 10 menit aja maksimum biar ada waktu untuk nambah-nambah ya, untuk memberikan feedback juga. Dan nanti kalau ada yang nggak tahu, ada yang mau ditanyakan silahkan. Intinya bahwa ini pengalaman baru internal ya, dan nanti mudah-mudahan bisa berlanjut terus, tapi harus ada outcome. Nah ini yang kadang-kadang kita melakukan banyak kegiatan, outcome-nya nggak bisa terukur. Outcome-nya apa? Outcome-nya adalah publikasi. Nah, jangan berhenti teman-teman kalau memang sudah ya. Jadi tolong kuatkan hati. Mau diapain kayak intinya cuma satu revisi terus juga nggak apa-apa. Yang penting nanti ada outcome-nya yaitu publikasi ya. Terima kasih. Kita langsung mulai saja, Prof. Kita bagi dua room nanti.
Silakan.
Iya.
Semangat ya. Ya, sebelumnya push dulu deh untuk nyemangati hati masing-masing.
Baik.
Nah,
terima kasih Prof.
Terima kasih, Prof. Terima kasih, Prof.
Sesnya. Oke. Masuk 2 room.
Ya, kita langsung masuk 2 room ya.
Diserahkan Ibu Juniati Gunawan PhD dan Bu Nur Studi PhD ya.
Ya, baik Prof, terima kasih supportnya. Ya, kita masuk ke Mbak Dini. Kita bisa masuk Mbak Dini. Dibuka roomnya yuk. Oke, di room 1, welcome. Di sini saya punya data yaitu Nicholas, Richard, Vera, and then Ricky may not coming, that's okay. Kemudian Dian, Chandra, Diki, and then Derry, Rian, and Pak Rahmat, ya. The first one should be Nicholas. Yes, time is yours.
Yes, thank you, Miss Juniati. Here are my PPT.
Yeah, you may proceed, Mas Rian. If you're ready, anytime you may proceed. If you need more time, just make yourself relax, never mind. Maximum is 10 minutes maximum, yeah. If you may make it quicker, it's fine. Then we can discuss more than that.
Okay, thank you, Miss Juniati, for the moment. Introduce myself, my name is Nicholas Reynaldo, and my pitching research is, does digital accounting improve firm performance? Evidence from Indonesia. My basic research question is, to what extent does digital accounting improve firm performance? And my motivation is, this research develops digital accounting variables, especially in these measurements. About idea, data, and tools, the hypothesis in this study is that digital accounting improve firm performance. The independent variable is digital accounting, and the dependent variable is firm performance. My data using primary data because researchers want to get a response to the perception of the company managers regarding the effect of digital accounting on company performance. I will use primary data with the sample size 300. The respondents are accounting managers. I'm using questionnaires to gather the data. I'm using mixed method, quantitative first and then qualitative. The tools I using MOS with SEM analysis. What's new about this research? The novelty in this research is the idea of adding dimensions and indicators to digital accounting variables. So what? This research is important for developing the practice of using digital accounting because in this digital era, if companies don't immediately follow suit, they will be left behind and their performance will not be optimal. If the results of this study show a positive effect, the company's decision to switch to digital accounting will bring about better change than before. Contributions. For the companies that still use traditional and conventional accounting systems to start using digital accounting systems. Contributions to the relevant research literature for the development of digital accounting measures or company performance that can better explain company conditions. The other considerations, research collaboration is needed to get better results. The target of this journal is quite ambitious, namely the International Journal of Digital Accounting Research, which is indexed by Scopus Q1. The risk of this research is being imitated by others is low because not many researchers are willing to change their research direction from conventional accounting. There are no serious challenges encountered in this writing plan. The scope is quite broad,
Recording in
namely,
progress.
namely on the islands of Sumatra and Java, which represents 50% of the business sector in Indonesia. Here are the reference that I use in this pitching research. Thank you for the time and place.
Yes, thank you, Nick. May I see the first? Yeah, okay, the second slide, please.
Yes, Miss.
All right. Yeah, and then what will be your research framework?
My research framework, let me share screen other file, Miss.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. My framework is just using digital accounting and firm performance, one dependent and one independent variables.
That's all?
Yes, Miss.
Yeah, anything new about the measurement perhaps?
The digital accounting measurements, Miss.
What is new?
Before it used some dimension just like digital transformation, relative advantage, and the suitability. I will add a new dimensions is like human ability with 3 indicators.
Why you need to add this kind of human? Yeah.
Human
What is new?
human
Yeah.
ability. Yeah.
Human
The
ability. No,
okay.
no. The idea of adding dimension and indicator digital. Yeah, what is new? Because your template is just stated that adding dimension and indicator to digital accounting variable. So what is new? Okay. I mean, if I didn't meet you and I just look at your template, it shows to me that there is nothing new in your proposal.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That's what your template, right?
Yes. I have a little argument, Miss, for this
No, I
new
mean
measurement.
the way you write.
Oh, the way I write.
Yes,
Okay.
the way you write. You need to really understand the way you write. Is that correct? Your template is just only the novelty is just only one sentence, right? Correct?
Yes, Miss. Yes.
Yes. So how can I know that it is the new one if you just write like this?
Oh, okay. I'm
Okay.
sorry. Okay.
Yes. So
Yeah.
you really have to write it down. That's the key. Yeah. Even though you know which one is the new one, but according to the template, I didn't see it. You know what I mean, Nick?
Yes, Miss. Yes.
Yeah. All right. So there is nothing new in this template, in this proposal that you sent it to us.
Yes, Miss.
All right. And then so what? Why is this important? Right? You didn't say it. The research is important for developing. No, this is not only talking about the research is important, but you have to highlight it. What will be the new indicator or dimension that you want to put it, and then why it is important.
Oh, okay. I get it, Miss.
Yeah, not because your research itself is important, but the indicator that you put. Yeah, and then contribution. You have to look again, focus on the contribution you put on the dimension and indicators. Right?
Alright, Miss.
So
Yes.
really concise and really clear. Okay, can I see number 3? Slide number 3. Yeah. See, again, what is new? You just write adding. What adding? Yeah. So why you add, and then why is it important? And contribution should be really focusing on what that you add. Yeah.
Okay.
Other contribution should be not only for the terms of academic, that you want to publish in the digital accounting research, but you may also think about other contribution as perhaps the security of the data, right? And the
Yes.
application of ISO 27000, something like that.
Okay, Miss.
Yeah. So tell me again, what is new?
The development of
What?
dimensions and indicators,
Yes, what? What will be your development?
the dimension of human ability.
Yeah, that's why. Why human ability is important. That's the key, Nick.
Okay.
So you have to discuss about the human development. And then what else? Other than human development.
I just got one, Miss.
Just get human development.
Yes.
So your research should be talking a lot with the human development, why it is important. Yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Anything that you want me to give you more suggestion?
I think I already get your point, Miss.
Okay.
Thank you for the atas masukannya, Miss.
Yes, Nicholas. Yeah. So, okay, tell me again why human development is important.
It's because that digital accounting requires qualified human capabilities in order to improve company performance.
Not only that, put
Okay.
more arguments. Human
Okay.
development is the key player of digital, right?
Okay, Miss.
Digital accounting can be maximal, can be optimal, or can be not optimal. It's because of the human. And
Yes.
digital application can be a disaster if the human development is not capable enough to use the digital. I would like you to put more in the security, data security, Nick.
Data security
Not
and
only human development. Why you just put human development? Why you don't put human ethicals as well? Human development and human ethicals is very important. So I would
Okay.
suggest put human ethical.
The data security is connected with cybersecurity, Miss.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So not only human development, but also human ethical.
Okay, Miss.
So you have two new indicator. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Miss.
Human ethical. Yes. Okay. Next, Richard. Thank you. Yeah. Nick.
Yeah, thank you, Miss.
Yeah. Is Richard here? Hello, Richard. Okay. Vera. Yeah. Vera, would you like to go first while we're waiting for Richard?
Okay, I want to try, Miss.
Yes. Okay. Please.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you for Mr. Johnny for the time. My name is Parawati. I want to explain my topic is the topic trading carbon emission in the land use transition. The research question, the one is whether emission trading can increase the production cost of the regulated company and can encourage green by the reversing income type and market machines. And the two, whether emission trading policy may increase operating costs and discourage green innovation from upstream companies, green innovation upstream company. And the third, whether emission trading policy can promote green innovation in downstream companies downstream from through a referral machine and innovation transmission. The motivation puzzle is the industry produce more carbon emission than allowed in the year. Then there are communities that sports oxygen because that's carry out environmental observation project. Finally, the industry pay a compensation among the environmental community so that the industry can claim to their stakeholder. Then they have implemented sustainability principle so the environmental community can protect the environment while getting economic value from this conservative project. The idea hypothesis number one is emission trading increase firm regulated production costs and promotes green innovation by reversing incentive machines and markets. Hypothesis two, emission trading policy increase operating costs and discourage green innovation upstream firm. And the hypothesis third, emission trading policy promotes green innovation in downstream firm through reversal machines in innovation transmission. So what? The create new measurement for the carbon value exchange. Another sense. Next. So, this is a contribution supporting Indonesia to active net zero emission. So another consideration is cooperation with the environmental community, Ministry of Environmental, and for the submit journal, I hope to queue for journal objective. Thank you. And then for the previous research, this one, and I want to the questionnaire, Miss, for measurement the new. This is the preview last preview research.
This is previous research, you mean?
Yes,
Okay.
and for the novelty, I want to the measure of the from questionnaire, Miss.
Okay, anything else you want to present?
It's all for you,
This is
Miss.
all? Yes, can I see, can you send me the template to Vera?
Okay. I have stop share for this one. Sorry, Miss.
Yeah.
Stop share. Then this is my template, Miss.
Okay. Can you send it to me?
Okay. Sorry, in this my template is not complete. So for the time presentation of this time, I'm complete the little complete, Miss.
So which template that you want to send it to me, the complete one? Can you send it to me now in the WhatsApp is fine? Or in the
Okay,
chat?
Miss. Okay, Miss.
In the Zoom chat,
Chat.
please.
Okay, Miss.
Yeah, everybody, can you send it to me
Zoom
in the
chat.
Zoom chat, please? Yeah, maybe you have any updating or anything. For those who are in my room,
Okay.
please send it to me, your template, yeah, your proposal template into
Okay,
my
Miss.
chat. Zoom chat, please. This Zoom chat. Thank you.
Okay, Miss. This is for the all template, and then I share my PPT, Miss.
No, just only the template. Yeah.
Yes, the template is only this. So I share my PPT too, Miss.
No, only the template. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay.
okay.
Thank you. The
Okay.
template.
Thank
I
you,
got it.
Miss.
The template, Bu Vera. All right. Tell me again, Bu Vera.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That my
Yes.
template is
Can I
working
see the
title is trading
the
carbon
new
emission.
of your measurement? What is the new?
Okay.
What is the yeah? What is the your novelty?
Okay. Uh,
Is this the idea? Because you
this
put
is
the idea here, you put the hypothesis, right, in your template. The
yes,
idea is the
yes.
new one. What is new? Not the hypothesis. Yeah.
And
The
okay, Miss.
idea. The idea is what is new based on your introduction. That's the idea. Okay. Why is it important?
Important because if I use the measurement previous
What kind of last measurement, and then what is the new measurement?
a new measurement is a questionnaire, but I not explore in this because I must want to search again, Miss.
No, I mean your working title is trading carbon emission. Is that quantitative
Yes.
or qualitative?
Quantitative,
Quantitative.
Miss.
Okay, quantitative. Emission.
Yes.
Okay. Emission trading. How can you measure emission trading?
Emission trading, I want to measure a green pattern, Miss.
With a
Green pattern.
green pattern. How can
Pattern.
you
Yes.
can you use green pattern for the emission trading? Because emission trading in Indonesia is not applicable yet. Yeah, we have the regulation of the carbon trading, but it will be implemented in 2025, not now.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So it is difficult for you to proxy any variable for the emission trading because it's not happened yet.
Okay, Miss.
Yeah. Are you going to use Indonesian data, right?
Yes.
Right? Yeah. Okay. But this cannot.
Cannot.
Yeah. You have to look for new variable.
Okay, Miss.
Yeah.
Okay,
Cannot
Miss.
be applied in Indonesia. Will not be applied yet at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Miss.
Yeah. So
Okay,
it's
thank you,
very
Miss.
difficult. Yeah.
Okay,
So I
Miss.
really
Thank
suggest
you.
you to change the variable and then try to look at, you may also put some of the qualitative. I think qualitative research will be better rather than quantitative research in this. For example, you look for the perspective from a lot of the expert if the carbon emission is applicable in Indonesia in 2025. What they think. Yeah. What will be the impact? So your question should be the questionnaire using primary data, yeah, and explorative study, not quantitative study.
Okay, Miss.
Yeah,
Thank you, Miss.
that's much more sensible rather than the way you do this one.
Okay,
Okay?
Miss.
Yeah.
Okay, Miss. Thank you,
Yeah.
Miss.
Okay, that's a good, very
Okay, Miss.
good. Yeah, very good.
Okay,
But
Miss.
definitely you have to change the variable. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you, Miss.
Okay, thank you.
Assalamualaikum.
Right.
Okay.
Waalaikumsalam. All right. Now, Dian.
Miss,
Yes,
my name
Richard.
is Richard. Can I try?
Yes, okay, Richard. You missed
Thank you,
your
Miss.
turn. Yeah.
Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Okay.
Richard,
Could,
can you send your template to me, please?
oh, yes.
Yeah. In the Zoom chat, please.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Miss. Just wait a minute.
Yeah. Mm. Mm. For those who hasn't sent the template, please send it to me.
Wait a minute, Miss.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I try with my handphone.
Okay. Can I go to Dian first? Is that okay, Richard?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Yes, Dian, you may proceed. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Richard, for the time. Thank you, Bu Juni. Let me share my screen first. Okay. Bu Juni, sorry, have you seen my screen?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. To the honorable judges, Ms. Juniati Gunawan. Hope you are doing well. Today, I would like to present my my article. The title is "The Key to Unlocking Team Performance: Empirical Investigation in Indonesia League Club." What is the research question? The research question is, what is the factor to unlocking team performance in Indonesia league clubs? Does financial efficiency strengthen or weaken it? That we use 5 key papers in this research. The motivation why I choose this research, the topic of this research is, the first one is the football industry as the world most popular sport and wealth in the term of club revenue and also the player expenditure. But there is still concern about financial management. In this area, as a researcher, we would like to see how the sport can incorporate economic concern. For example, the employees' talent. And also, the sport industry represents the unique industry that involves people, action, and business. But we would like to see how they promote their product and services through brand capabilities, which is this is applied to originally to apply in Indonesia. And also in the last year, as we know, there is a World Cup in Qatar 2022, which is they implement implement sustainability approach when they conduct the stadium and also the play and also for the player they conduct sustainability approach. So we like to see how the industry football to conduct the sustainability through social fair play. We have 3 independent variables: brand capabilities, talent management practice, and the third is social fair play. And also 1 dependent variable, which is team performance, that divided to 2 measurement: sport performance and also financial performance. And also we have 1 moderation variable, which is financial efficiency. So that we have 7 hypotheses that we could build in this research. So, in order to explain this research, we try to use planned behavior theory as grand theory. And also this is quantitative research that using primary data through questionnaire that use a Likert scale from 1 until 6. For the respondents is audiences from Indonesia League Club that working in finance department. Why we choose the one that working in finance department? Because we would like to decrease the bias of the respondent. And also for the tools, we use smart PLS software. So what's from this research? This is will initiate the research topic around performance of Indonesian football companies and also new empirical evidence about how the association between sport and performance in point of view financial and also from the sport. And also for financial efficiency as moderation variable, we might will see how the moderation effect for financial efficiency to a dependent variable. So what from this research, we could like to take a look how to increase team performance in Indonesia football company on point of view of football society in Indonesia. And also, this research will suggest to Indonesia Football Association or PSSI and Indonesia Accountant Association or IAI to have collaboration regarding how Indonesia Football Company could report their financial performance in better way as FIFA rules. And also for Indonesia League Club will increase their brand capabilities, talent management practice, social fair play, and also implement financial efficiency. The contribution is to extend literature and also to contribute how the important team performance, which is examined to quantitative paradigm. And also with financial efficiency could reinforce the effect of brand capabilities, talent management practice, social fair play to team performance. And the last one for the contribution, even though the literature about performance is quite rich, however, the recent studies is lack in sport industry. So we could fill the research gap. The last but not the least, the target journal is International Journal of Asian Business and Information Management that index in Scopus and Quartile first. So yeah, that's all from me about the research that we create. Thank you for your attention. Thank you, Bu Judy.
Thank you, Dian. This is a very interesting topics, yeah. Well, but I'm really curious to ask why you look at the League Indonesian football. It is really, really important for Indonesia.
Yes, thanks, Bu Juni, for the question. Why it's really, really important in Indonesia. If we see UK League Club or English EPL, the club is the football club is going public because they have a financial report. Yeah, they have financial good financial report and other is really have structural, have rules, have the law. But in Indonesia, as I also nikmat for football, we see the football club is named for the.
Why is it important for Indonesia following what happened in the UK, for example, for other developed country while Indonesia is developing country? It is not apple to apple if you compare that.
Yeah, as far as I know, there is also one club in Singapore. Singapore that have go public for the
public also. Yeah, okay. I would like to suggest the motivation you have to really stress on the importance of football industry, like why it is really important to support our GDP, for example, how many Indonesian people like football, give some of the arguments, and what actually the income for this club that is
Ah,
you really want to have a look at, yeah? It is
yeah.
feasible or not to be a listed company in Indonesia. It's going to be more feasible, more support to the Football League Indonesia. Yeah, it is really important. Like brand capabilities, talent management, social fair. What I want to address is if you look at all these variable, while in our Indonesian league is not have any international or any available data, how can you get this kind of data?
Actually, if we see the dependent variable, they would like to have quantitative data with secondary data. But
Yeah.
in this research, I use primary data through questionnaire because there is no data about performance.
Exactly. So even financial efficiency, team performance, you use everything by questionnaire.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any link to get all the question back?
Actually, yes, because I follow some account in Instagram. They can provide, the admin can provide, and also we can share to our college because
Okay.
the
Target
sample
respondent.
is
How you can get the target of the number respondent number?
yeah. For the respondent number, we could get from the we could share the questionnaire to Instagram account, and also we could get the questionnaire from my friend from in the
How
club.
much will be your target? Your question, your respondent.
The target is around 300 respondent.
300 respondent.
Yeah.
Who will be your target?
The target is the audience of Indonesian League Club. That
Audience
also
or the
work-
fans? Or how can you stream down the fans of the
The-
football? If you ask me about the football, I may not feel anything because I don't know about the football in Indonesia. So how can you select the
Oh yeah.
credible of respondent? It is very important. Yeah, put some information. How can you select the respondent? How credible will be the respondent? Yeah, how you can make sure that the respondent is really represent your study.
See.
Right. Means that if football fans in Indonesia, you can say how much, how many, like 100,000. Yeah. And then what will be the minimum sample? You have to identify the fans of the football. Yeah. You cannot just simply ask them. You have to stream down. You have to select. Yeah. To get a really credible respondent. Yeah. That will be your challenge. Yeah.
Thank you, Bu Juni.
Okay. Thank you, Dian. All the best. Yeah. Okay, Richard. Hello, Richard. You've gone again. Okay. Chandra, you ready?
Yes, Miss.
Yeah.
Thank you. First, I would like to thank you your opportunity given to me. Introduce my name Chandra Sinuraya. At the time, I will present to.
Sorry, Pak Chandra. Sorry again. I interrupted you. Where is
Yes.
your template? Can you send it to me in the Zoom chat?
Oh, okay, Miss.
Yeah. Please, everyone who has not sent the proposal template, please send it to me. Now, I would like to get the most updated one. The most updated one, please.
Sudah, Miss.
Okay.
The topic plan that is proposed regarding carbon accounting, green accounting, and firm value, intervening effect of management quality. Basic research question for this topic does mean quality effect carbon accounting, green accounting on farm value. My motivation as researcher in conducting this research is related to environmental issue that are much talked about today. Various ways are done to repair environmental damage. Carbon accounting is the process of calculating the amount of carbon released by industry process, setting reduction target, establishing system, and program to reduce carbon emission. With carbon accounting, company can know that level of carbon emission generated from the measurement result.
Sorry, Chandra. Sorry,
Yes.
I have to interrupt you again.
Yes.
Yeah, where did you send your template, proposal template?
Sudah, Miss.
I haven't got it.
Oh. So, saya ulangi, Miss.
Yeah. Sorry.
Di meeting chat, Miss?
Yeah, Zoom chat.
Yes.
Yeah, I got from Richard now, but haven't got from you.
Saya ulangi. Oh.
Yeah.
Cannot be upload, Miss. This file already in the compose box and cannot be uploaded again.
Or maybe still working on it.
This information, this file is already in the compose box and cannot be uploaded again.
Okay, anybody get it? Dian, can you help? Maybe you can get it. Rian didn't get it. None
Not yet. Not
Yeah.
yet, Pak Chandra.
None of
Oh, I'm deleted.
none here get it. Yes.
Repeat, sudah diulang apa sudah masuk?
Not yet.
Kenapa ya?
Belum, Pak.
Saya kirim kemana ya, Miss? Supaya cepat.
Yeah, you can send it to me if you want.
Okay.
Sorry. Sorry. Wrong.
File.
Itu WA saya, Pak.
Oh, ya. Ya. Sebentar.
Okay, Richard, are you ready? Yes, if you ready, Pak Chandra, can I go to Richard first?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yes, Richard, can you present, please? Richard, I cannot hear you. Yes, I can see. I can see your screen. It's moving, but I cannot hear you anything. Please say something, Richard. Hello, Richard.
Me?
Yes, okay.
Okay. My title of pitching research competition is Does auditing affect owner-manager decision making? Evidence from different company life cycles. We know audit can investigate different company life cycle in micro, small enterprise. Research question in my research is, does auditing reduce information asymmetry and improve investment decision of owner manager of small private companies? And what are the effect of the different stages of company life cycle? You know, asymmetry information in theory agency is different uh, between principal and agents for making something. Key papers in my research is 3, rebar, Jan, and minutes. Motivation in my research is dispute power agency conflict, private company, external auditors, and financial statement, lowering cost, debt, and improving credit rating. Some owner manager engage auditor and does audit affect owner manager decision making differently life cycle states. Idea my novelty is agency theory. I can improve. I can add dimension in life cycle states and auditing, and I can improve investment efficiency in my model. Data, I can have a data in the Indonesia small private companies, Indonesia in stock exchange Indonesia, and my
Hello, Richard. You've gone. Richard.
until 2022. Yes, Miss.
Yes.
So
Okay. Keep
I
going.
have this views 13. What's new? Novelty. It is contribution. I have contribution to understand the value of auditing the owner manager of small private and to integrate company life cycles. I can have Mickey Mouse Venn diagrams in research gap, and I have gaps. No prior studies, the effect of financial reporting, quality of owner management decision making across company life cycle. Thank you, Miss. This is my research presentation.
Okay, thanks, Richard. Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, very interesting
Thank you.
research proposal. But I would like to ask some of the questions. Different company
Yes.
life cycle. How can you determine the different company life cycle? What kind of company that will be the different one?
Different company life cycle. In micro small enterprise cycle, Miss, in growth, decline, research, business cycle,
Okay. So what will be your sample?
Sample.
Yeah. You just put here unbalanced data panel and then more than 50,000 company year of observation. Yeah. Yeah.
I hope.
How can you do that? And then what kind of company? Is that the similar industry or different industry?
I can have data in stock exchange Indonesia, Bursa Efek Indonesia, different kind business. I can try.
Yeah, I know.
Collect that.
Yeah. 50,000 company year observation. How can you do that? No, I mean, it is a similar industry or different industry?
Difference, Miss.
So
Different.
the whole listed company in Indonesia, is that what you want to do?
I hope.
So for example, one year there will be 500 listed company, and then 2012, 13, 14. So 10 years, 10 years
I
should
can
be 700, 7,000.
yes, I can reduce. I have 1,000, just 1,000.
Okay, if
I
you
can
even reduce 1,000, but sector different will be affect your study. Different sector will be affect your study. How can you make it different sample? So I would suggest make a similar type of industry rather than the different type of industry, because different type of industry, their life cycle will be different as well. But if the company listed just now and the company listed 10 years ago, that will be different life cycle again. So it's very difficult for you unless, it is difficult. And then how can you measure the different life cycle? Are you going to put some of the nominal scale or Likert scale or maybe ratio scale?
Ratio scales.
How can you put the ratio scale? So there will be four life cycle, right? Like
Yes.
early and then growth, maturity or something. How can you put the number? Isn't it nominal scale? Not
Nominal
ratio
or
scale?
questionnaire. Nominal or questionnaires.
So it will be your questionnaire?
No, yes. I think again. Miss.
Yeah, I think you
Sorry.
have to think again. Firstly, different life cycle, you should look at how to measure the life cycle. Whether this company is in the growth cycle, maturity cycle, or early, there will be four life cycle. And then you put nominal scale, I think, not the ratio scale. Yeah.
Thank you.
And then auditing effect. Does auditing, what kind of auditing that you want to measure?
Audit report, Miss.
What audit report?
Yeah. Sustainable report and auditing
No, what
report.
then? What is the audit report? Is it the opinion of the audit report or
Opinion.
You
Opinion.
have to write the opinion of the audit report.
Yes.
So there will be another nominal scale. And then what is the decision making? Decision making is variable. How can you measure decision making variable? Yeah. So please think again about the variable measurement. Decision making can be a ratio scale. There will be some formula to calculate decision making. But again, you have to look at every single variable and how to measure it, Richard. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Miss. Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Thank you. All the best with your study. Yeah. Right. Now, Chandra. Yes, got it, Pak Chandra. Thank you
Yes,
for
Miss.
your template. Yeah.
The Miss. The topic is carbon accounting, green accounting, and firm value, intervening effect of management quality. My basic research, does management quality effect carbon accounting, green accounting on firm value? My motivation researchers in conducting this research is related to environmental issue that are much talked about today. Various ways are done to repair environmental damage. Carbon accounting is the process of calculating the amount of carbon released by industry process, setting reduction target, establishing system and program to reduce carbon emission. With carbon accounting, company can know that level of carbon emission generated from the measurement result, and the management can set their strategies. According to carbon brief analysis, the United States has been the largest contribution of CO2 emission since 1850 with 509 billion ton or 20% of total global emission. China 11%, Russia 7%, Brazil 5%, and Indonesia 4% follow. The importance of every industry is expected to reduce their carbon emission. Quality management is expected to increase from value by implementing good carbon accounting and management and green accounting. The purpose of the study is to examine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Keep going.
Yes. The purpose of this study is to examine the role of quality management in the relationship between carbon accounting and green accounting on firm value. Two independent variable, one dependent and one independent. The hypothesis of this study, carbon accounting has a positive effect on firm value. Green accounting has a positive on firm value. Management quality has a positive effect firm value. Carbon accounting has a positive effect management quality. Green accounting has a positive effect on management quality. Data use the annual report of company listed on Indonesian Stock Exchange with the company unit analysis. The research sample period, my plan is 5 year, 2017 until 2021. An important issue the researcher raised in the study is that Indonesia has declared emission reduction target in recent year. In the last national determined contribution document, Indonesia rise to its emission reduction target and 21.890% by 2030, with a target of 53.20% international support. The government has prepared several schemes, including carbon pricing and carbon trading. In addition, green investment are also providing more attractive in both the capital market and public branding. The importance of industry rule of supporting this, so that management of carbon accounting and the creation of green accounting is very important to be carried out by management, so that this is expected to increase firm value. In the future, it's hoped that the management of carbon accounting and green accounting will make the company have more value than other companies. It is hoped that through this research can contribute that carbon accounting contributes to carbon reduction when it is integrated with quality management by the management. With reductive carbon intensity, cost efficiency is expected to increase the value of the company, and effective carbon management and can ensure the sustainability of the company. It can also provide suggesting on the importance of how to integrate carbon accounting calculation into financial statement. Thus we can convey this. Apologize for any shortcoming to it. Thank you, Miss.
All right, thank you, Chandra. Okay, good. This is emerging topics for carbon accounting, green accounting. So what is the difference between carbon accounting and green accounting? Is that the carbon accounting is part of the green accounting? How can you measure it?
A measurement is different, Miss. In research purpose, carbon accounting is how many emission to process industry.
How can you get the data?
data sekunder.
Emission.
I plan to subscribe Thomson Reuters icon. Kampus tempat saya ada berlangganan kemarin saya lihat.
Yeah, but have you have a look whether the emission data is available, because not a lot of company providing emission data. That's one thing. The second one,
data is tersedia di dalam cost sustainability reporting, not statement, financial statement. I hope contribution my research calculation carbon accounting include to.
No, I mean, are you going to calculate, or are you going to take the number, the data from the emission disclosed by the company? Are you going to disclose, right?
Okay.
Disclose of the carbon emission. Yeah, carbon emission number.
Yeah,
just to let you know that not many company disclose about carbon accounting. That's one thing. Yeah.
Okay, Miss. Yeah.
So what will be your sample?
Sample company listed to Indonesian stock
All
exchange.
of the company, or it is just only particular
my
industry?
plan is all company, Miss.
All company, again, type of industry will be different. Yeah.
Okay.
You cannot just make it all the same. Some company provide a lot of carbon accounting, some company are not. So I would like to suggest that you took mining company, because mining company is the first company captures by the regulation of carbon rather than other company. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
What will be your measurement for green accounting?
My research previous ada rumusnya, Miss. Di riset sebelumnya saya temukan riset Malaysia, terus beberapa riset di Australia, carbon emission dan carbon accounting. Many.
I know. How can you calculate the green accounting?
Pakai sekunder, Miss.
Yeah. How can you get it?
Okay.
I said the number, or are you going to do the content analysis, and what will be your measurement?
No content analysis, Miss.
Yeah. So how? What number?
Wait.
Environmental cost?
I think again.
There will be environmental cost?
No environmental cost. No. It's different
there is a
carbon
formula?
accounting.
No, environmental cost is different with the carbon accounting. Of course, different. My question is, are you going to measure the green accounting with the environmental cost or not? Or do you have your own formula?
Oh, okay. Saya cari lagi nih.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
And then from value, how can you?
From value pakai Tobinski, Miss.
Tobinski. So what's the new? The new of your research, effect of management quality. What is the management quality?
Management quality is kemampuan, ability to manage.
How can you measure it? How can you measure it? I'm talking about the measurement.
Okay.
Yeah. And also the research question. If you have carbon accounting, you have green accounting, you have firm value, and also management quality, why your research question is only 2? Because you have a lot of variable here. You have carbon accounting, you have green accounting. You have to put it on the research question. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Miss.
Okay.
Thank you, Miss. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Pak
Thank you,
Chandra.
Miss. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, thank you. Diki, are you ready?
How are you, Bu?
Participating this event?
Yes. I'm going to share my screen. Wait a minute, Bu.
Yeah.
Okay.
Diki, have you sent the template to me?
Yes, Bu.
Where?
I sent you through the email last Friday, and I sent you just a moment ago using the
I
Zoom
didn't see your
meetings.
Zoom meeting. Maybe muted.
The last one sent 8 minutes before 5. Diki
Anybody
Nugraha,
get
do you
it?
be able to see?
Guys, anybody get it in the Zoom meeting? In the Zoom chat?
Okay, I'm
Oh,
going to
Diki.
share you
Yes, okay,
through.
got it. Got it.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Sure. I already share my
Yes,
screen. Do you be
yes,
able to
yes.
see
I
it right
see it.
now?
I'm seeing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. First of all,
you.
thank you for the opportunity, Bu Juni. This is my first time to join this kind of competitions. As you know, I'm Diki. I'm second semester student of Sustainable Development. I believe that you're already familiar with my thesis. The title of my thesis is Do ESG Indicators Improve Financial Performance? A case study of nickel companies in Indonesia. Well, I'm going to talk about the research question first. So the research questions of my thesis is, does ESG implementation affect to the company positively or negatively? I have three key papers. The first one is coming from, wait a minute. Yes, coming from Johnson, Hillman, Eccles, and also Lee. They are talking about ESG performance in important sustainable development strategy that influences overall company performance and is also widely used to measure its impact on financial performance. And the second one is coming from Kao. He said that company with different type of the ownership have different motivation for participating in ESG. Last but not least was coming from Patricia. She said that corporate governance, board of director, and also the investor has an ambiguous impact on corporate sustainability because of the opposing forces, internal, external, and also the intermediate forces. And the next question is, what is the motivations of my thesis? Well, actually, there is a moderating effect of the type of the company ownership on the relationship between ESG and also return of asset performance indicators on the company financial performance. So, what is the idea of my thesis? The key idea is to use the disclosure of ESG performance indicators as a standard of sustainability disclosure by companies to measure the impact on short-term financial performance, which is the return of asset of nickel mining and processing companies in Indonesia for 3 years. So I'm going to review the data of the sustainability report from 2020 until 2022. The next one is, what is the novelty of my thesis? The keyword is, I'm going to create the cross-reference indicators. One against cross-reference indicator from IRMA, SASB, Nickel, GRIMM, and also the last one is ICMM. So, how important my thesis is? What I believe is the strong ESG propositions correlate with the high return of asset from what a momentum standpoint, and also the better performance in ESG also correspondent to reduce down risk as evidenced among the others by default swap spreads, loss, and also lower credit and higher credit ratings. Last but not least, what is the contributions of my thesis, Ibu? I'm going to inform the leadership factor and impact of the willingness of nickel mining and processing companies in Indonesia to make ESG commitment based on the financial performance so as to directly influence the ESG disclosure strategy. That's all, Bu Juni. If you have any questions, feedback, I will be happy to have it. Thank you.
Okay, good, Jiki. Just to let you know that I'm failed to downloaded your template. I don't know why. Trying many times, but still fail.
Okay, I'm going to share you to WhatsApp group, yeah?
Yeah, okay.
Right away.
Thank you. And again, I would like to ask about the measurement of your variable. If I'm not mistaken, you are going to look at the cross-reference between all the indicators from mining sector, right?
Correct.
ICMM as well, and then you develop the new one. What will be the new one? What are you expecting the new indicator for mining and why mining? Why mining is interested for you?
Okay. The answer is I specified into the nickel mining industry because this industry is growing up so much, especially to support the battery electrical vehicles. Bu Judy,
Yeah.
so I think that it's kind of something essential for us to review the commitment of ESG with the bright forecast, especially for the nickel industry, Bu Judy.
Hmm.
Sorry, Bu. Sorry
Yeah. So
for jump in. Actually, I already shared on WhatsApp group.
Yes,
Yeah,
I got it. I got it now. Thank you. Means that you're going to do the content analysis for ESG implementation, right?
correct.
Yeah. So ESG implementation by disclosure, and then how can you measure the financial performance?
With the return of asset. Bu.
Only return on asset?
Yes.
I don't think it is enough. You have to broad it again. One
Okay.
variable is not enough. Yeah.
Okay.
And then how many sample that you're going to use?
At least 60 sample from 30 companies, which is 30 companies multiplied by 3-year performance data. Bu.
It is not enough. Yeah, definitely not enough. What I can suggest you do some comparison analysis.
Okay, sure. Got it.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
only from Indonesia.
Yeah. Yeah.
What other country that produce nickel?
Australia, Bu. A lot of
Australia.
mining companies come up from Australia.
Okay, send two comparison from Indonesia and Australia.
Okay.
Okay.
The
That's
challenge
going to be the next.
is the way I access this study report, Bu, but I will
It's
do it.
easy. It's definitely easy. You go to ISEC, Australian listed company. Very
Okay.
easy.
Okay, Bu.
Yeah.
So,
Uh-huh.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
So definitely Indonesia is not enough. You have to change and then you
Okay.
put the comparison study Indonesia and Australia to broaden your sample. Yeah. ICMM, yes, but not Indonesian company. Also in
Yes, right.
Australian company are the member of ICMM.
Right. Yeah, correct.
Yeah. And you have to do sums of identifications for every single disclosure, both ICMM and then GRI. GRI, why don't you use GRIMM 2021? Yeah.
Okay, sure. The latest one, ya, Bu, ya.
The latest
Sure.
one. Saspi nickel, okay, Irma nickel, and then do some that content analysis. All right. Okay. Put some more control variable, please.
Okay, sure. Especially
For
for
the
the
size?
financial performance, ya, Bu, ya.
No, control variable.
Oh,
Yeah. Put more control variable
yes.
for size.
Oh,
Yeah.
size, leverage.
For
Okay.
the size. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, because it's going to be influence your hypothesis.
Okay, cool. Yes, got it.
Yeah. But research question, you put negatively and positively means your hypothesis is going to be negatively and also positively. How can you hypothesis your argument then? Are you on the position of positive or negative?
Positive one, Bu, of course.
Yeah, if you're on the position positive, then I think it's just only doing the positive. Yeah.
Okay,
The
got it.
hypothesis.
Okay, got it.
See this one. You hasn't get any hypothesis yet. All right. What's the new then? I think the new is the way you develop the ESG performance indicator for nickel company. I think that's the new one.
Yes.
Not the quantitative data.
Okay.
Yeah, quantitative data is not really interesting because it's just only from financial performance.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just only size. The most important is you develop the disclosure
Correct.
of
The section.
mining company, especially for nickel.
Yes.
Yeah, and driven by the emerging issues of battery, yeah, electricity vehicle, and anything that may put in a new indicator for your nickel disclosure item later on. That will be your novelty.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Got it, Bu.
Yeah. Any question, Diki?
No, so far I'm good. Thank you for the opportunity, Bu.
Okay. Yeah. Well done. Yeah. Keep
Thank you, Bu.
going. Mas Terry.
Yeah, okay, Bu Juni, hold on, wait.
Yeah.
I would like to share my. Okay, you see my screen, Bu Juni?
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and distinguished Bu Juni as the reviewer or the judge and the other colleague. My name is Deriwanta. Today I would like to present about my pitch deck or a summary of my pitch deck with the title is Blue Carbon Financing Indonesia, Challenging or Opportunity. Before we jump to next page, I would like to give maybe most of you doesn't know about this is the mangrove, the left side, and then the middle, in the middle is the coral reef, and then the right side is seagrass. Seagrass is different with the seaweed. Okay. The research question is, what is the challenging opportunity in financing blue carbon Indonesia? First, I read many papers in Indonesia regarding the carbon, like from the Giles Hotman and Rogers 2022 about the blue carbon, the potential of coastal and oceanic climate action, and also from McKinsey, and also there are many research from the public and the academic related with the blue carbon, but not many related with the financing. The latest financing I see in the international from the Duke University is from 2011. It's a very old version. And my motivation to write down this journal of this research is, first, Indonesia is the country with the largest mangrove ecosystem in the world, coral reef and seagrass in the world. There is some research said that the carbon reserve from the ocean is more benefit multiply than in the landscape, in the forest. That's why it's very interesting. But until now, not many research in Indonesia, as in the world also, because many country, as we know, the continent country like USA, Europe is a continent country, not pay attention with the blue carbon. But now the era, since we know the carbon deforestation, many in landscape, the world is become concerned about the ocean economy or include the blue carbon. And the others, the rare regarding my motivation is rare research regarding financing instead of carbon trading. I see many my colleague represent about the carbon trading in the landscape area, but not many in ocean area in the pesisir area. Besides, as we know, Indonesia is the largest archipelagic country with the 2/3 from the ocean. So the others, my motivation is the current study is to elaborate on challenging and opportunity in financing blue carbon in Indonesia as the richest mangrove nation with the greatest mangrove carbon stock. Maybe we know, if you know, the research, the carbon stock from the mangrove is very big if we can save instead in the land area, because in the area developing of the economy become reduce the forest. Yeah, until now maybe a little bit, or maybe there is no research that investigate the challenge and opportunity in financing. I said this in financing, not the carbon trading. If we say the carbon trading, many literature about the carbon trading, about the financing. Financing is different with the carbon trading. financing, how to develop the market, and then if there is a problem, how to tackle the problem. And then I try this research using the qualitative method, with the interview. Maybe we can call it as a study case interview, and then documentation that used by research, and then also deep analysis with the FGD, and also participant with the expert in the blue carbon area in Indonesia. Yeah. Key papers that core idea is blue carbon trading impossible become government of Indonesia. I believe Bu Jin also already mentioned before that since Indonesia in 2020 established the Peraturan Presiden number 98 about the nilai ekonomi carbon or carbon value. Now it's again the carbon, or maybe in accounting we can say the carbon accounting again become the hot topic. Yeah, this research is aims to examine the opportunities and the challenging in financing blue carbon Indonesia, conduct deeper analysis, filling the gap, what the problem, what the challenging when we want to financing. Is there any what the risks and the others, and produce a complete governance. We try to develop maybe framework or governance how to financing. It is a concept, but when we not try a concept about the governance, or the financing will be go there. Yeah. The theoretical attention that try is alignment blue carbon conservation. Yeah, or restoration effort to appropriate policy framework. Has the ability with the protect how the Indonesia protect the conservation and the marine conservation using maybe sustainable financing or maybe ecotourism, etc. And my central hypothesis is challenging opportunity financing carbon Indonesia. The data is in Indonesia area, of course, with the high potential blue carbon. Establish the blue carbon Indonesia unit analysis is using the public or private or institution that I want to interview about the challenge and also the others, and data using qualitative method approach with apply that with together directly to the with the seminar or operation, and also interview with the person from ministry, agency, BELU, or NGO that related with the carbon trading. Yeah, the data is a respondent that have directly involved with the carbon mechanism, with the blue carbon, and also the government. Yeah, it's the timeline, I think approximately about 2 months, and also okay, yeah. What is the novelty of my research is the main aspect of novelty is study of compare of existing blue carbon literation. It's been the literation in financing aspect with the current condition, and also I would also try to combine what the problem in the landscape area. It is the same problem with the blue carbon area in the blue carbon, it's called green carbon and blue carbon. This is the novelty, and also try to see there is what the linkage of the lack of MRV guidelines, or this is double accounting, because I see some research about the green carbon said that there is a problem regarding the MRV and the double accounting, etc. Yeah, my paper try to reveal to about the current condition and current condition as if in Indonesia. Yeah, I think that's all, Bu Juni, from my presentation. And then, yeah,
Yes.
I try to establish to issue in temporary accounting journal international. And also, I think the risk is very low because not many people pay attention with the blue carbon in accounting way, not in the environmental way. That's
Okay. Firstly, the risk of this assessment is quite high because using primary data, Pak Dewi.
all. Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to explain that we're going to use anonymous participant, and then you are using
Okay.
snowball
Yeah.
what is that called, method,
Snowball.
yeah,
Yeah,
for
method questionnaire.
getting some participation. Okay, a B, D, C rank should be, why don't you use A rank rather than the B rank?
I don't
Because
know.
blue carbon is quite new. It
Okay.
is really interesting to see what is happening in Indonesia in terms of
Okay, Bu.
carbon emission reduction ambitious target. So a lot of other countries would like to see what happened in Indonesia for the blue carbon.
Okay.
Challenge and opportunity, yes, it is interesting, especially when you are looking at the questionnaire. Again, back to the problem of questionnaire is how can you make sure the reliability of your participant?
Okay.
How can you address that? Yeah. How can you find them? How
Okay.
can you assure they are expert to answer your questions? This
Okay.
is very important for you.
Okay, Bu.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
So I think the examiner later on will also ask the same question like what I did just now.
Okay.
Yeah. And then how can you develop your questionnaire?
Oh, how to develop? Okay, Bu.
Yeah. Very important. Are you going to do the pilot study? I think you have to put some of the information in your proposal that you're going to meet some expert, identify some of the desk study research to see who will be the expert in the blue carbon, and you put your effort to communicate with them, ask them to be respondent, and derive some of the answer or challenge and opportunity. Yeah, this is very important. And
Okay.
you have to tell this when you present your proposal, Pak Dery.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. Mhm. Because this is your highlight.
Yeah.
Yeah. The importance of your paper with the new topics.
Okay.
But
The respondent.
again, assuring the respondent is also very, very important to improve your reliability of your paper.
Yeah. Okay, Bu.
Yeah. Reduce some of the motivation here with a lot of resource references. And the way
Okay.
you write references is also wrong. Please make it concise.
Yeah.
No abbreviation in your references. Should be the only last name. There are a lot of mistypo here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Apologize, Bu.
Yeah. Yeah. Examine the opportunities. Yeah. Write the data. Again, rewrite and rephrase your proposal by
Okay.
putting reliability of your respondent, how you can get your respondent, how can you meet the expert of this area, yeah, and some of the typing. That will be my concern. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Bu Juni. Okay. Reliability concern. Okay. So,
How do you develop your questionnaire?
how to develop concern.
Mm-mm.
Okay, Bu.
Yeah. Any questions?
So after this, I will revise in sentences or in only by PPT.
The template need to be
Template.
revised. The
Okay.
template
The
need to
template
be
to be
revised.
revised.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mas
You're
Dery.
welcome, Bu Juni.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right. All the best with your study, Mas Dery. Keep spirit, yeah?
Okay, siap, Bu.
Yeah. Mas
Thank you.
Rian, your turn.
Juni.
Hello, Mas Rian.
Hello, Bu. Can you hear me?
Yes, perfect.
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to share my screen. Okay. Can you see my screen, Bu?
Yes, clear. Thank you.
Hold on. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Good afternoon.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Bu Juni. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I introduce myself. My name is Rian Harbi Valdiansyah. Nice to see you again, Bu Juni. It's the second time I meet you in the pitching competition. Today, I will present about my research proposals entitled Income Diversification, Discretionary Provisions, and Stability, Perspective from Three-Wave FinTech Era. Let's begin. First one, what is the next question in the study? I will examine and analyze does income diversifications affect the discretionary provisions and bank stability. And the second one, I want to know that as the three waves of fintech era in Indonesia change the relationship of income diversification, discretionary provisions, and bank stability. And here is my three key papers. Actually, I took these three key papers from highly reputable journals to get the best reference for this study. And how about my motivations? First, I believe this topic is important and worth examining empirically because the fintech era is developing rapidly, and the stability of the banking industry is under market pressure to adopt advanced financial technologies in their transactions and services. This pressure has received significant attention in the banking industry as seen from the income diversifications, which is increasing every year, and as a result, fintech-based financial services are prioritized. Second, however, it should also be noted that increased income diversifications can lead to greater discretionary provisions. This can disrupt bank stability. In addition, the study has the motivations to add the literature and knowledge on how income diversifications and discretionary provisions can affect to the bank stability from the perspective of the three waves of the fintech era in Indonesia. Let's move to the core aspect, ideas, data, and tools. Indonesia has entered the fintech third wave era since 2019, where it's redefining the fintech ecosystem to be more collaborative. The development of the third wave or fintech, which is quite rapid, that is followed by income diversification. In financial theory, income diversification is proven to reduce risk and maintain bank stability. Diversification, together with the lack appreciation of risk, play an important role to the global financial crisis. However, it should be realized, and this can disrupt bank stability. In addition, it also needs to be understood. In 2018, in Indonesia, Bank Bukopin, concerning an increase in income diversification, actually in commission and provision from credit card, has higher discretionary provisions, and it disrupts the stability of banks itself. How about the data? Our research population of this data is 897 Indonesian commercial banks. The researcher will use unbalanced panel data in this study. The research will divide into three groups of fintech era data. The first wave, 2015 until 2016. The second wave, 2017 until 2018. And the third wave is 2019 until 2022. How about the tools? Before the hypothesis testing, the researcher selects the best model from the study, Chow-Hosman or LM test. After that, the classical assumption. After that, ordinary least square and Sobel test. And for enrich the results, researchers conduct additional tests such to make deep analysis in each fintech wave era as a RLS, robustness least square, group analysis, and indicator analysis. So the key questions, what's new? The first one, I entered the discretionary provisions measurement. I modified the measurement of discretionary provisions from previous measurement, Kanagaratnam 2010, by adding loan restructuring indicators based on IFRS 9, Basel III, POJK number 11, 2015, and POJK number 48, 2020. And the second one, what's new? I modified the measurement of income diversifications. Modification of measurement of income diversification from Tran et al. 2019 by adding the income diversification indicator to charge-off from loan provisions into the Herfindahl index. The third one, what's new? I want to analyze group hypothesis based on the three waves of the fintech era. So what? Based on that discretionary provision measurement, modify the measurement of discretionary provision by applying prudence and following current developments in banking science based on IFRS 9 and imply in Indonesia starting 2020. The second one, more comprehensive measurement of income diversification that can explain more deeply the diversification of bank non-interest income. The last one, development in the fintech era is greatly influenced the growth of the new types and products in banking that can affect discretionary behavior and bank stability. This is the bottom line, the last slide. My contributions, I divided into two sides. The first one is theoretical contributions. The study provides new measurements of discretionary provisions and income diversification as a step of the cautious prudence accounting principles. Second one, the study provides another views of the relationship between income diversifications, discretionary, and bank stability in the future development on fintech era in Indonesia. In practical, the study provides new information for analyzing and assessing loan risk in terms of discretionary actions for income diversification that impact bank stability. And this study, I hope the study provides input for OJK in determining regulations related to reserve for loan loss provisions in bank and banking products diversification as a form of risk mitigation. Here, last but not least, here's my considerations. For collaborations, the research collaborates with internal bank analysts or risk mitigation divisions to interpret the result deeply and further analysis. And how about the risk assessment? I believe that the study has allowed risk to be carried by the competitors due to the new measurements that I bring in the study and the latest issue raised by me, by researchers. And for general target, I have three general targets. The first one is Helion, Scopus Q1. The second one is Kogan Business and Management, Scopus Q2. And the last one is Journal of Applied Accounting Research in Scopus Q2. I think that's my presentation, Bu. Thanks for the time. Need your advice for this. Thank you.
Right. As usual, this is very interesting topics, yeah. But I would like to ask and confirm some of the research sample.
Okay.
How can you get the sample and what kind of type of industry will be your sample in accordance with the technology?
Okay. Actually, I derived my samples from a conventional commercial bank in Indonesia. From 2015 until 2022, the total is 897. And all the data variables, it comes from financial statement and notes to financial statements book.
Okay. How many years are there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. Approximately
8 years.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you think that every year, because now the three-wave era for the fintech era is just come out, I just do some of the browsing. The fintech is just developing, are we 2015? Do you think so?
2014.
2014.
Yes.
Yeah, the
2014 is sandbox era.
14,
Yeah.
15, 16,
14 till
17.
2017.
All right.
Sandbox
Okay, then.
era.
Okay, make sure.
2017.
Yeah, okay. It's going to be balanced or unbalanced data?
Unbalanced data.
Unbalanced
Because
data.
you know that
So you're
in
using all
Indonesia,
the risk. Yeah. Using
Yes.
all the populations.
All, yes.
Good. Well done. Do you think that the control variables should be put in terms of the asset of the data? Because every bank have a very different asset. We have 4 kind of asset.
Yes. For the control variable, I think I
control variables should be put it there.
Yeah, I put in my, but I didn't in my presentation.
Yeah, put in the proposal as a control variable.
Yes.
Did you put it?
Control my.
Yeah.
Yeah. my controversial is NPL, total assets, CAR, and cost efficiency ratio.
Okay. Cost efficiency, non-performing, total asset, cost efficiency, control variable. Okay, good. Yes. Discretionary income, very perspective, the idea. All right, the motivations. Okay, again. Right. I just have a concern about the strong motivation that you may improve, Mas Rian. Yeah. I believe this topic is important and worth examining empirical because fintech is the area. Yes, put some of the data. How the rapid development of Indonesian in terms of fintech compared to in Asia, compared to any other word, whatever the data is going to be stressing more motivation to your study. That's my first comment. Yeah. Second one is the development of the business model in Indonesia, where some banking also work together and collaboration with fintech. This is interesting. Yeah, maybe not others country doing that. Okay, some of the contribution of fintech to Indonesian economic development, especially we have a lot of MSME and they depend a lot in fintech, may also be interesting to be put for your motivation. Okay, 3 kinds of my suggestion. Yeah, to stronger your motivation in terms of fintech, because your study is interesting in terms of fintech, not other than things. Yeah. So try to sell something new in this fintech. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But you put information the era of third wave since 2019.
Yes.
Well, your sample is 2014. Why don't you just put the era of the fintech in 2014 while your sample is longer than 2019? Right? For not mislead. For not mislead the reader. Yeah.
Okay. So the start, the beginning year is
first
2014.
wave, right? Yeah, 2015 at the first wave and the second wave and the third wave. Are you going to differences within the 3 wave? I mean, your analysis will be the 3 wave, or are you going to put it all together? If you make the differences between the 3 wave, means that you are going to discuss different things. Yeah. What will be the new things? What will be the difference between every stage of the wave?
Okay. Based on my explanation before, and the first one, I want to test for all a whole year.
All the data, the
from
whole year.
Yes,
Okay.
all the data. After that, I make the additional analysis, deep analysis. I want to make sure how about the first fintech era, how the second, how the third.
Okay.
After that, we will get the what is each type of non-interest income, flexibility and discretionary, so that it can become maybe we can focus an attention for bank and regulations for the future. I think it's
okay. What I suggest, put it in a research question. It's going to be very interesting. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Because deeper analysis for the 3 wave, different 3 states of the wave will be interesting rather than just putting some of the income diversifications or anything. Yeah.
Okay.
Number 2 is very good. It's because you put has the 3 wave of fintech changed the relationship. Okay. So put some more attention on the number 2. Research question number 2.
Okay.
Yeah. When you present, trying to emphasize more in the research question number 2.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Good,
you
Rian.
for your advice.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much. All the best with your research, and don't forget do some publication, Mas Rian.
Yeah, Bu, because it's part of my dissertation, so I think it's more visible, Bu.
How about the other proposal on the pitching research last year? Have you published it?
Last year?
Have you finished it?
No. No,
Why?
no.
Why don't you make
Yeah,
it a paper?
Yes, I think I want to publish the paper, but I think to get the loan, green loan, I need more time to get the data.
The green
So
loan data. You mean you need more data for the
yes,
green loan?
yes.
The
To get
green
this
loan,
fund,
you can take the data from the green loan from KKUB for sustainability report.
okay.
There are a lot of green loan information.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot more. I think all the information in sustainability report from the banking provides some information how they put in the sustainable funding. That's a green loan.
Okay, sustainable funding.
Yeah,
The keyword.
sustainable funding. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will try.
You should get all the data. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So I have to utang ya Bu ke Ibu.
Iya. Utang one publication.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Once
thank
you
you,
get
Bu
the
Juni.
data, just contact me. Yeah. You should publish it quickly.
Siap.
Rian. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much,
thank you,
guys.
Bu.
Yeah. I think my room is finished now. I'm just waiting for another participant, which is Pak Rahmat. Pak Rahmat will be joining us at 5 o'clock. So we have about seven minutes to take a rest while waiting for Pak Rahmat. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Recording stopped.
Halo Pak Rahmat.
Halo Ibu, selamat sore.
Ya, Pak, can you send your file to my
Okay, I will.
WhatsApp?
Recording in progress.
Wait a
Thank you for
second, Bu.
joining us, Pak.
Yes. Wait a second, Bu.
Sure.
Yes, Bu, I've sent to
Yes,
you.
got it. Yes,
Okay.
thank you, Pak. You may proceed now. Your presentation maximum for 10 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Bu. Okay, good afternoon, Ibu.
Good afternoon, Pak. Yes.
Yeah. I'm Rahmat Handoyo, the students of Magister Accountancy of University of Trisakti. I'm trying to apply our proposal in pitch method or pitch techniques. So the working title is Implementation of Goal 8 Village Sustainable Development Goals or SDGs Desa for micro entrepreneurs in Padas Village, Karang Anom District, and Bonyokan Village in Jatinom District, Klaten Regency. Our keywords are sustainable development, SDGs, village SDGs, and village SDGs Goal 8. The research questions. The story is become from the case of Blacksmith Industrial Center or Sentra Industri Pandai Besi, we call it in Bahasa, that they produce agriculture tools such as hoes, shovels, axes, and dodos. Dodos is a tools for sawit and other tools for agriculture. The industrial center stays in Padas Village, Karang Anom district, and Bonyokan Village in Jatinom districts. So if we can see in the maps, the two village is side by side, even the district is different. Padas Village and Bonyokan Village is different district, but in the same area. They call it in the same Dukuh Karangnom. Since 2020, the two of villages has been supported by the Ministry of Cooperative and SMEs and the Ministry of Industry in making hoes that they got the SNI and they got the trademark. But until now, the increase of turnover has not been felt by business actors in the village. In other words, that the performance is still not increased until now. As a current information, the Goal 8 Village SDG score for Padas is 50.03 skill
Recording in progress.
if we can see in the territorial, so the village territorial is 91% of Indonesian territorial. And the population of village is 43% of Indonesian population. Because of that, for me, this issue is very strategic, that the person, the entrepreneur in the village and the village itself is very strategic to support or to give the GDPs for Indonesia. In other side, the Ministry of Villages, the Ministry of Village PTTT compiles all village SDGs in order to carry out integrated efforts to accelerate the achievement of
Recording in progress.
Of the micro entrepreneur is same as the village or private stakeholders there in realizing the targets on the criteria for the village goal 8 SDGs, village SDGs. The data, the unit analysis, we will collect micro entrepreneurs with 2 years experience in each village. And then we will collect the data from 3 village stakeholders, such as head of village, and then secretary of head, and then the government affairs of the village. And then 3 private stakeholders that related to MSME's development there. Interview guidelines, close and open questionnaire, and then create guidelines for implementing deep interviews. And then the tools is we will the methodology for qualitative data analysis. And then for 2, the key questions, what is new and so what? So for what is new, the implementation of institutional theory that initiated by DiMaggio and Powell that will be implemented in unit analysis. We hope that ensuring organizational legitimacy can be implemented well there. So what? This research is very useful for the government and private parties who will provide supporting, such as assist in training and development or in assist in funding. So the entrepreneur can go well after that. And then the bottom line, contribution and other consideration. So main source of contribution, of course, we will get the literature from Ministry of Village PTTT that contain of activity indicators and examples, and accelerated achievement, and the methodology and measurement methodology and measurements. And for the policymakers,
of course, the source of contribution is we will get from the SDGs village target from the Padas village and Ponyokan village. From industry, we will get the target from the private stakeholders who in daily develop and help the entrepreneur go better. And the last, from the bottom line, other consideration from the research that I will do, I hope that the research become a registered research, and then other consideration, maybe we will face the risk that the by impact of the feedback from the village stakeholders after we do the interview in the village.
Okay, Pak, can I interrupt you because time
Okay.
is yeah,
Okay, thank
time
you.
is up, Pak. Thank you so much for the presentations. Yeah, a couple of things that you have to think that your audience will be your international audience, Pak. This is
Yes.
international pitching. So rather than putting some village, number of village, they don't really care about the number of village, right? They don't
Yeah,
know
yeah.
about the number of the village and then
Yeah.
anything. You
Yes.
just put something like implementation of goals 8, village sustainable development goals for micro entrepreneurs in Indonesian villages, or in some villages, or in some small micro medium enterprises, something like that, without mentioning the name. Yeah.
Okay, Bu. Thank you.
Okay. Right. Working title fine. This is a good one. Why goals number 8? That should be your most motivation.
Yes. Yes.
Why? Why it is very important for Indonesian goal number 8? Yeah. Don't put any information or any theoretical things. Guys, all of you remember you are proposing something. You're
Okay.
developing proposal means that you are proposing your idea. You are selling something. Yeah. That's gonna be attract the readers to agree with you. Yeah. So don't tell anything about information, but tell your own.
Okay.
What is your motivation? Like research question. Yeah. You have to put a question, but what is the research question? Right? And it's gonna be quantitative or qualitative? Qualitative. Yes, sorry.
Yes.
Qualitative. Yeah. Research questions should be developed by questions. Yeah. What will be the idea? Why is it important? And then motivation. Why is it important for Indonesia? Don't tell about Indonesian 17 goals, target. No, 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 no need.
Okay.
Yeah. Why MSM is very important. Put some of the arguments. Yes. How can you get the sample? How can you make sure your sample is reliable? Right? Why you get 3 private stakeholders? Why 3 village stakeholders? Yeah. So why is more important rather than you explaining the SDGs? You don't need to explain anything about SDGs.
Okay.
Yeah. The new one, I think, is the acceleration of SDGs target. Because our government just released the new number of SDGs number 111
Yeah.
to achieve the most ambitious SDGs
Yes.
target. That's the new things. Why we need to do this research to see what is the MSME's support for this SDGs. Yeah. Then other consideration when you want to publish, try to publish not in Sintapa, trying to go to schools. Yeah.
Okay.
Again, your mindset should be changed because it's going to be international audience. Okay? Can you do that, Pak?
Yes, Bu.
Any
Thank you
question?
for the feedback. Not yet, Bu.
Okay. Okay. If there is no more questions, I think that is all for me. Thank you again for every participation and your presentation. All of you are very good. You're putting a lot of efforts for this. Yeah. It is a journey. Everything cannot be instant. But from this journey, I hope you find something. You get the most benefit for your career in your academician and also for your research. Yeah. Okay. If there is no more questions, you may leave.
Okay, Bu.
Then I will discuss. I will continue to have discussions. Yeah. And I think we will have announcement for the top 10 paper later on the Thursday. On the Thursday. On the Thursday or tomorrow? I think tomorrow. Let's see. I'm not remember because tomorrow I have to pick up Professor John Lee
Okay.
and then we will have a discussion about this. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bu.
Have a
Thank
lovely
you.
Thank you, Bu
afternoon.
Juni.
Bye-bye.
Good day,
Take
everyone.
care, everybody.
Bye.
Recording stopped.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So, Prof. Eti, Assalamualaikum. Room 2 already finished ya, Bu, Prof. Eti? Hello, Prof. I think there is some connections.
Bentar, Bu, saya panggilkan Bu ya.
Oh, okay. Bu Juni already finished as well, Bu Juni? For room 1?
Room 1 already finished, Bu Nur.
Okay, we finish together ya. At the same time, precisely. Oke, Bapak Ibu, while we are waiting ya, some comments from Bu Juni ya, I would like to inform you that on Saturday, 4th February, we will have Prof. Robert Pfaff giving opening speech ya, and also we are going to have Prof. Lee ya as a reviewer. So please join us ya, because you will get more insight from both our speaker ya. Okay, Bu Juni, do you have some conclusion, some remarks to our students, Bu Juni? Okay, so are we going to close the session, Bu Juni? Okay. Okay, Bapak Ibu, thank you very much once again for your participants, yeah, and for being committed to our competitions. We really appreciate it. Big applause for you, Bapak Ibu. We will announce
Recording in progress.
time ya, top 10 for the next semifinals on Thursday by tomorrow. Okay, so stay tuned on our WhatsApp group. Thank you so much and have a good evening. Bye bye, Bapak Ibu. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Bu Nur.
Thank you, Benar, Bu
Juni,
Joni.
Prof.
Yeah,
Eti.
sorry, just finish my.
Thank you, Bu Juni.
Bye, thank
Thank you, Bu
you.
Juni.
Yeah.
Much everyone. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Bu Joni, Bu Nur, Prof.
Thank you.
Everyone. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you.
Izin live.
Yes, please go ahead. Thank you so much.
Izin live, Bu Nur, Bu Juni. Terima kasih.
Yes, Pak Hendri. Thank you, Pak. Yes.
Oke, kami belajar ya, Bu.
Izin live.
Thank you.
Thank you ya, Bu.
Izin live, Bu Juni, Bu Nur.
Ya, selamat Bu